As we continue to look at all angles of the Signal app messages, we want to bring in Matthew Buckley, a decorated Navy Top Gun graduate and FA-18 fighter pilot. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let's just jump right in. Much has been made about the safety of American troops. If this information had gotten out and been seen before the attack by our adversaries, as a former combat pilot, what do you have to say about that?
Maya, thank you for having me. Absolute unforced error. But at the end of the day, let me give you an example. If Little Sisters of the Poor College got Alabama's playbook before a game Saturday and knew exactly what plays they were going to run, Alabama would still probably win. So this was very high-level strategic information. This was not sources and methods and attack routes and timing and all sorts of stuff like that. So this was a little bit of locker room talkish from some heavies who I think were trying to sound cool. But at the end of the day, we could have given Yemen the actual war plans, and there's no way in hell they were going to stop anything that was going to happen to them. So this is an unforced error, but it was not catastrophic by any means.
Now, the White House has been saying that this was not classified information. Some members of Congress are saying it was classified information. From what you've seen of the messages that were exchanged, what is your opinion?
So classified is a generic term that encompasses a lot. Sensitive, absolutely, this was sensitive information. But underneath the classified umbrella, you have confidential, secret, top secret, and then you have what's called SCI, Special Compartmented Information, or even SAP, Special Access Programs. You can see the National Security Advisor a couple times in that thread saying, hey, if you want a little bit more, we're going to have to go to the high side. Now, the high side is, classified slang for the top secret or secret network. There are various networks you can use to talk about high side stuff. And he actually references in there saying, hey, if this wants to go a little deeper, we got to move over to the high side. So unforced error, sensitive information, absolutely, but not secret, top secret, or putting lives in danger by any stretch.
Should that sensitive information have been handled differently? And if so, how should it have been handled then?
Absolutely. Well, clearly, as a result of this incident, they're going to be tightening up some procedures here. I'd really like to know how this guy got added to the thread. I don't want to throw my tinfoil hat on, but me and some of the folks in my circles that we run with, we think this was actually part of a little bit of deep state poke at the administration to kind of make this error, but definitely an unforced error, something that should not have happened. But we have bigger issues going on here. I remember the last administration, the Department of Homeland Security, the Secretary of Homeland Security told us for 4 years we had a secure border and we had millions of folks stream across, from terrorists to murderers to rapists, and that guy kept his job. So a little bit of the pearl clutching going on right now is a little disingenuous. I get it. They need to fess up to this error. It was an absolute mistake, but at the end of the day, they have a job to do. Let's tighten this stuff up. But sources and methods and folks like me who flew F-18s at the end of this spear were absolutely not in danger. But they definitely need to tighten some things up. And sometimes it takes an incident like this to kind of give you a little bit of a punch in the gut to tighten things up.
So the journalist from The Atlantic who was added to this group chat claims he stayed on the thread to see if someone was playing a joke on him or if this was actually real information in real time. So should somebody in the chat have noticed that he was even a part of it?
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but as a red-blooded American, if I'm added to a chat like that and I start seeing this stuff, I'm going to say something. Right? Because I know I probably shouldn't be there. I would guess most folks would probably roger up and go, hey, folks, I'm on here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be. He didn't. Clearly, acting in his role as journalist, I'm going to sit here as a sponge. So that's going to lead me to believe I don't think he was accidentally added to that thread. But most normal people are going to say, man, I'm on a thread with some heavies talking about some sensitive stuff. I probably shouldn't be here. But I'm sure folks are digging in, as you and I are talking right now, to figure out exactly who added him and why, and we're going to hear about it. But this story is going to blow over in a little bit. Bad, unforced error by the administration, but at the end of the day, not lethal, not fatal. Like I said, we literally could have emailed our war plans to the Yemenis, and they still wouldn't have been able to stop any of it. So let's keep the big picture in mind here at the end of the day, instead of getting lost in all these gotcha tactics.
That's Matthew Buckley. Thank you so much for joining us today and for your added perspective. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Maya. God bless. We'll see you.